Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame and Cinnamon Sugar. I know you can definitely see her now, especially on this side. But enough about that. I'm here to do a black owned business spotlight on a company that I have seen some things out there for a while. And when this one particular product came out, I was like, ooh, wait a minute. Now, I think I was following her on Instagram, and then a lot of people that I follow on social media and like on YouTube that are all about hair and whatnot, they were given, I don't remember if she sent them the product first to try out, but when they were trying it out and actually doing their videos on YouTube and all that stuff using the product to basically kind of give us insight on how the product feels to them and how it's working with their client's hair, I was like, oh, wait a minute. One of my favorite people, she ended up posting the link, right? Because she was like one of the first people I saw who did it. And I was like, wait a minute. Let me go and see what it's hitting for. Let me see the price. Because if it's no residue to be found after using this product, okay, maybe I could be here for it, right? So the product that I'm talking about is this. Now, what I'm showing y'all is the original, okay? This is Slick and Slay by, I think that you pronounce her name Esha. If I'm mispronouncing it, I am very sorry about that because I don't like for people to mispronounce my name, and my name is literally pronounced the way that you spell it. It's two syllables, and people for the life of them will make it three syllables, and I'm like, my name is spelled the way that you say it. You say it the way that it's spelled. I'm just like, I don't understand. But I think that you pronounce her name Esha. This is Slick and Slay, and this is a braid and edge gel. Like again, this is what the container looked like initially. And I'm saying this for a reason, okay? I ended up going on there. This is the biggest size that they had. I had to pre-order it. So whenever the pre-order situation happened, I was one of the people that I was like, oh, okay. Like y'all, I have two humongous boxes of braiding hair and all that stuff, different weave and whatnot for like when I do braids and stuff like that. So I already knew I was going to need some of this, but I don't like the ones that we have been accustomed to seeing in the hair stores over the years. I'm not a fan of them because at least for me on my hair, when I put them on my hair, like if I was to just put them right here on my edges right here, within 5 minutes, my body heat would warm it up and it would just curl up or it would just like raise up and just be a greasy mess. I don't like that. Because it's like, okay, if you're supposed to lay this down, and I mean, they really be like, oh, just lay it down, just lay your head down, just do that, just do that. It don't do nothing for me except make it a mess. My hair be so greasy, and I don't like the last time that I used one before I discovered the other black owned businesses product that's like this and this product. I did my hair. My hair looked amazing. It might have been similar braids to this, but the last time I used them, I put the stuff on there. All the product was coming out of my hair. Like I had to have my hair in a wrap of some sort. And so if I hadn't had it on that, all of my bedding would have been messed up because the product, it completely ruined what I had on my head and all of that. Like I was just like, nah, this is ridiculous. And it looked as if I didn't even use it. And I was just like, yeah, I shouldn't have to add a whole nother product to my hair in order to get the effect that I'm supposed to get. I need my hair to look as though I just did it and not look a fool. So anyway, move right on along to this. This is what I purchased initially. If I think about it, I will look it up to tell y'all the date that I pre-ordered this because when everybody was getting theirs and showcasing it in their videos, because they are heavy content creators that deal with certain hairstyles, mainly braiding and twists and stuff like that, they were getting shipments from her and they were trying it out. And I think she was doing this to kind of like, I guess, raise awareness of her product so that it could send traffic her way, get her foot in the door, and to essentially have them to become customers, paying customers of the product. And people like myself who do, I do my own hair, it will be a product that I want to invest in as well. So I took a chance. I said, let me just get the big one because what if it ends up being something that I like? Like I try to have that mindset about a lot of these black owned businesses. I say, what if it's a product I end up liking? What if it actually does do what it says it's going to do, which is it's not going to have white residue? That's the main thing I'm always looking for when it comes to stuff like this. I don't want it to sit up there and all of a sudden I look up and my hair is white. Like, I already have gray hair. I don't need my hair to have white residue on it. So anyway, bought this. Listen, I don't know if y'all can tell or not, but this is almost gone. It's starting to touch the bottom. So I already was going to re-up. So I went on the website and I was going on her shop site for a while. Then all of a sudden, some new flavors, as I like to call them, popped up. So I was like, wait a minute. Wait. Okay, so listen. The first flavor that popped up was something different, but I'm going to go in the order that I think I need to go in, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. So look, listen. This is a brand new container, right? But I noticed that once I opened the package, I was like, okay, yes, on the website it looked the same, but there were words added. But I was like, okay, is this the same flavor, but they added jojoba oil to it? Because for this one, it's supposed to be an addition of jojoba oil. And for some reason, see, I had already done this before, y'all. I just wanted to have a better video for this company, because there are times that people actually use snippets from the videos that I do these Black owned business spotlights on. And so I was just like, no, I just want to be better. I want to cut it down a little bit. So that's what I did. That's what I'm doing in this moment. So for whatever reason, this particular one had like a foil tamper seal. So I really had to pry it off. But what was interesting was on top of that foil was this. Okay. This is used by most people to dip the stuff out and to put it on your wrist, or put it on the thing that goes on your wrist, or put it in a whole nother container. For years before people started, creating those things that you put on your wrist, people would just dip it out into another container so that they're not like contaminating it, especially if they had multiple clients, right? So I was like, okay then. And so I looked in all of them. This was the only one that had it. And I was like, I wonder why. But I'm not going to complain. I will use it for that purpose. So before I forget again, because I did forget and I had to try to come back and say something about it after the fact, because I was like, I knew I was forgetting something. This time, in this particular order, I did order one from her. This is what it looks like. It has her name on it. And it's pretty much a slap bracelet. I don't know how many of y'all grew up with slap bracelets and whatnot, but I used to live for mine. And all you do is this. That's it. That's it. And it's on you. It's secure. And whichever wrist you want it to be on is on there. This particular one is in the shape of a heart. And I haven't used it yet. I just keep touching it. So, it is what it is. But she does have her branding on there for her product. So you always remember where you got it from. Because if somebody say, oh, where you get that from? That's so cute. Esha. That's where I got it from. So anyway, I just wanted to make sure I got that out of the way. But yeah, this one is melon scent with jojoba oil. And the only difference between the other one and this one is that now the wording on here is braids, locks, and edge gel. Before, locks were not one of the things that they advertised to use this for. This is supposed to be ultra extreme hold, excuse me. Now, I'm just going to read everything off on here because this is what's on all the jars. Great for braiding hair, locks and twists, edge control, styling aid, no buildup, flake free, conditions scalp, promotes hair growth, fast drying. That's very true because like I told y'all before, I used it before. The directions are to use on damp hair or dry hair. Apply a generous amount of gel to hair roots or hairline, braid, twist, lock, and style as desired. Let product air dry. Okay? The greatest gel invented for 4C natural hair in all curly hair types. This gel sleeks edges while penetrating hair follicles with natural oils to promote hair growth. No flaking or white residue. Our master formulated gel is an excellent moisturizer and will restore the natural pH balance of the hair and scalp. Ultra extreme hold, and it is supposed to be paraben free, sulfate free, alcohol free, cruelty free, and gluten free, which a lot of people are very excited about nowadays. Back in the day, we didn't care. Most people didn't care what was on the label. If it worked, it was just what it was gonna be. But yeah, I'm here for it. So I did test this earlier, and the texture to me is still the same as the other one. So I'm feeling like the jojoba oil was in the first one, but when I used the initial one, the I don't really want to say flagship, but the one that this the only one that they had before was the very first one I showed y'all. I feel like this was the same thing. It smells the exact same. And I don't feel as though if I put this on my hair, it's going to give it a sheen. So what I was doing before this came out was I would apply it to my hair, like when I got to this part, because I didn't have to do that with where the braids are. I would apply it to my edges. I would just slick it down however I wanted to be slicked down, right? And either before it air dried, as it was drying, or after it dried, I would then apply a drop of hair oil from Donna's recipe to it because I wanted it to have a sheen. Because when it would dry and I didn't have anything on it, it was as if there was no oil, there was nothing that would give it a sheen added to the product, which was fine, but I wanted it to have somewhat of a sheen. So that's what I had to do. For some reason, I'm feeling like either it's just the consistency that's not allowing me to be able to tell if this had jojoba oil in it prior to them actually making this and adding the words that it has a whole jojoba oil in it and that it is for locks as well now. But I'm gonna try it at a later date and time. But that's not what I'm gonna show y'all when I use it. I'm gonna show y'all what I used earlier when I first did this. But this is the first one. This is melon scent. The one that caught my eye when I went on the website was this one. Peach. I was like, wait a minute, baby. I was like, wait a minute, baby. And it wasn't even the fact that it said with biotin, which I do love biotin. Biotin works well for me. I don't usually have any issues with hair growth or anything like that. I don't have any issues with thickening my hair. I don't have any issues with breakage because I try to do everything the way I'm supposed to do it to avoid situations like that. So, I mean, I just kind of started implementing biotin in what I was ingesting and whatever I would put on my hair just as somewhat of a preventative measure, so to speak. Preventative measure, excuse me. So, yeah, I was excited because I was like, wait a minute. Now, I done told y'all before when I've done other little Black-owned business spotlights and reviews of things that I'm trying, I'm very particular about how certain things smell. If you tell me it smells like peaches, I'm expecting it to smell like peach or peaches. This says peach. To me, this does not smell like peaches or a peach or anything remotely close to it, but it is not a bad smell. But I have a very sensitive nose, and I feel as though, depending on the time of the year, this could kind of make me feel like I'm on the verge of sneezing. So if you have allergies like that, or you're that type of person, I don't know if this particular one might be for you, but I don't have that issue when it comes to the melon scented one. But I'm excited to try this. Again, this is not going to be the one that I'm going to be trying today. And like I told you before, the only difference now is that it is including locks, okay? The last one that I'm going to show y'all is the one that I actually did do earlier, but I'm going to do it again. I done took the top off. I'm so excited to go ahead and show it. But this is what it is, y'all. Cocoa scent with shea butter, okay? So when I smell this, I smell the cocoa butter. I smell the chocolatey scent, of course, but it smells like a fresh scent mixed in with it. So I don't know what that's about because that's not how shea butter smells. I really thought it was going to really smell like shea butter and coconut oil and cocoa oil. Well, not cocoa oil. Y'all know what I meant to say. Cocoa butter, shea butter, and coconut oil. Some kind of way I felt like all of those were going to be mixed in order to give this like natural, so to speak, scent. But to me, I do smell the cocoa, the chocolatey scent, but it's mixed with some kind of a fresh scent, which to me is pleasant. It's fine. I don't have no issues with it. This is the only one out of the three that I have that has a different consistency. This is a softer consistency. I say soft. I say soft because I was like, wait a minute. When I get some out of the other one, it's hard. It's like a lot harder. This is like more of a creamy slash soft release. And I was kind of scared once that happened. I was like, wait a minute. The other one, it seems to hold my hair down because of how stiff it is. So I was like, okay. But I really want to see if I'm going to be able to pretty much avoid having to use an oil in order to get the sheen that I want whenever I want to like lay my edges down or whatever. So I'm going to show y'all what I'm doing and what it looks like. Okay, so let me go ahead and start applying the product. I'm gonna do it right here first. Like, this don't really matter, but I'm just doing this right here. This don't pay attention to this too much because I'm just putting it right here. That's a little bit of my widow's peak, and it's doing a lot right there. And I'm not ready to really rebraid it right now, if I'm even gonna rebraid that, because I do plan on taking my hair down and doing something else for my birthday. I'm just trying to settle on what exactly. But anyway, here we go. Okay, this is the side of my head that has all the grays. It sets it off on the gray hair, right? Okay, so here we go. So all I'm gonna do is just slick it down. And I want to kind of do it like I had been doing it. Y'all hadn't really seen it because I haven't really been online like that. And like, I'll either do one big swoop, so to speak, or I'll just do a little bit. But yeah, this is a braid right here. So if it just looks weird, just know it's a braid. And that's why it's not swooping, so to speak. But yeah, my gray hairs definitely go somewhere and sit down when I do this. And I'm just, for the sake of the video, I'm just trying to kind of do it quickly. So y'all aren't just like, girl, can you get to the point? But I mean, I don't have no issues with laying it down. I actually was pleasantly surprised, y'all. When I first did this video, I had laid my hair down right. So then I took a nap, but I was in front of the heat. And when I have this on and I'm in front of the heat, I get really, really hot. So I had started to kind of sweat and all that stuff. I was like, oh my gosh. I wonder if my hair curled up on me. And it didn't. And I was like, wait a minute now. For this to be the consistency that it is, I'm very shocked that it's actually laying my hair down. So I'm very pleasantly surprised. I know some people don't like baby hairs, but I very rarely do baby hairs. Like, if I'm gonna do braids like this, if I don't leave my hair out and add a different product that's creamy to my hair in order to achieve curls, then what I leave out, I just slick it down like this, because I don't really want it in my braids. So everything that you're seeing, this is a braid. It's braids back here. It's a braid right here. So not much is going to be seen as far as what's going to be laid down on this side. I am going to put a little bit right there on this braid, but I mean, it's just gray hair. And I had rebraided this like a couple of days ago, just trying to make sure that it was going to be how I wanted it to be. So ain't much to really see when it comes to that. But yeah, now I got it laying down. It's doing what it's doing. And believe it or not, y'all, like I said, when it dries, it looks the exact same way. And it does have sheen to it. I was pleasantly surprised. If y'all want me to post a picture after it has fully dried to see that I'm definitely telling the truth about that, I will. But yeah, I just literally put it on here. Go for what I want. I go for what I know, excuse me. And then that's just the end of it. I'm just making sure I have the product all the way in on my hair, and that's it for this side, y'all. Might go back in a minute, put a little bit more, but yeah, and then I just kind of cleaned it up a little bit. And after it's dried, I really do have a sheen on it, and it really surprised me when I woke up, because I sleep really hard. I was sleeping hard because those of y'all who are around, y'all know I don't get sleep like that because of the foolishness that be going on. Y'all excuse me. I guess I need to show y'all what I'm doing, but I'm putting some right here. Just showing y'all what I'm doing. Not really doing anything special. I'm just creating a swoop of sorts for these baby hairs of some of my hair that's out. Because again, I don't want my hair to be in my edges, rather. I don't want my edges in these braids. I'm trying to keep the few edges that I do have left after the antifreeze explosion that happened to me For those of y'all who are new here, years ago when I lived in Raleigh, North Carolina, I noticed that my ex-boyfriend's car was overheating. So we pulled over because I was actually teaching him how to drive at the time. We pulled over. I was teaching him how to drive at the fairgrounds. Nobody was out there at the time because it wasn't time for the fair. And waited about 10, 15 minutes. I thought it was fine, but I should have known I should have waited longer because he does not have the model of car that I had and that I've been used to. The one time that it did overheat, because all I did was have to wait 10 minutes and then I did what I needed to do and not have to worry about it. Turned it back on and it was still overheating, right? So then I went to unscrew the cap on the reservoir tank, and all the pressure had built up and it ended up lifting me up off the ground. Like, it exploded in my face. The saving grace is that I actually had on glasses that day. I had been the type of person that at first I didn't really want to wear my contacts like that, but my ex liked it at times when I wore contacts. So luckily for me that day, I didn't wear contacts. So my glasses flew off of my face, had been hit with the antifreeze, and I suffered major burns where the hair, my widow's peak was completely gone. And like at the time I was relaxing my hair, but I never really experienced the things that a lot of people experience when they relax their hair. My hair was thick. People used to ask me all the time, was I even relaxed or natural? Because they were wondering, like, okay, do you blow your hair out? Like, what do you do? Because my hair was still thick. So it just is what it is when it came to that. But yeah, y'all, that's all I did. I'm just slicking this down, making sure it's how it's gonna be. But it's not perfect, but it's gonna work. I'm supposed to meet up with my friend later. We have been playing phone tag, and hopefully when I get over there, it'll work out. But yeah, I'm just slicking this down. Like I said to y'all before, this definitely works, okay? This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Y'all, ignore my quote-unquote singing. I'm just excited. Like, I love products that actually work. Like, I really do. I love, especially if they Black-owned business products. Yes, Lord. Love it. Love it. So, just putting some finishing touches on it. And I was pleasantly surprised that I woke up, didn't have to reapply anything because I slept so hard and it was hot and I was on the verge of sweating and all of that. So yeah, y'all, I was very, very pleasantly surprised with the results. And as long as I don't sleep rough on it, it stays exactly like this. My hair had completely dried, y'all, and I had the sheen that I wanted from adding an oil to it. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this little demo where I'm showing y'all how the product works and looks on my hair. I might add a little bit more right here because, again, this is a braid. There's a braid right here. So when y'all see little parts like that, these are literal like braids right here. So braid right here. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's the end of it. That's the results. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this Black on Business Spotlight. And again, this is the one that I'm using in this moment, the cocoa scent one with shea butter. It actually smells good to me. All right, y'all. Go and hit her up on all social media platforms. I will put her information down in the description box and or in the chat and all that good stuff in the comment section, rather. And just make sure y'all go and hit her up. If you don't want the white residue and all that stuff, this is what you need. It works. It works very well. I'm very excited to eventually try the others to see how they work. And yeah, I'll just keep y'all posted. And again, if y'all really want to see an after to see if it really did do what it was supposed to do after it dried, yeah. Because as of right now, it is 2:10 p.m. If y'all want me to post something around, tonight, where it's obviously nighttime, and I can show you what it looked like then, so that y'all can see it really does work, I will do that. So just let me know down in the comment section. All right, y'all be easy. Again, I will put her information down in the description box. I love your products. I'm so thankful that I came across them, and I will be a forever customer. Oh my gosh, the stuff came so fast too. everything always comes super fast. But anyway, y'all have a good weekend. Bye bye.